Things are getting crazy. Welcome to the New World Order. It's only going to get more out of control from here until we turn our republic and the rest of the world around. We've got criminals in charge. They've got a plan. But so do we. Restore the republic. Restore liberty. Restore basic human rights and dignity. Wow, we've got another unbelievable INFOWARS Nightly News tonight. Imagine if the rest of the country and the world could see this. Sure, 1 million people or so a week see this show in one way or another online, and you, the subscribers to PrisonPlanet.tv, see it first. But that's not enough. The daytime radio show reaches 3 million, and that's great. But this nightly news show, the energy that goes into it, it's incredible. And that's why we're just in the process of developing and building it and preparing it to be launched on different television systems. But again, it is all you out there that support the show that make it all possible. And I want to thank you for being PrisonPlanet.tv subscribers. You are underwriting this challenge to the globalists, this in-the-face attack on tyrants. Okay. Coming up, we're going to have guest Floyd Mori, a Japanese-American who heads up the major Japanese-American group that's concerned about the FEMA camps being built in the United States and represents the Japanese who were held and their property taken during World War II, even though many of them have been here for over 100 years. Just incredible that that went on. He's going to be joining us to talk about all these FEMA camp developments. And we've got unbelievable info coming up with Stewart Rhodes. They've confirmed that the feds are going around to canneries and places and asking who's buying storable foods. The government has been taken over and is preparing to wage war on the people on an even larger scale. And of course, that's all spelled out in the NDAA action of Congress last week. We've got that. We've got local news in Tennessee admitting the feds are going door to door asking about your preparedness. That's on Channel 5, local, what is that, ABC. So it's going on, but we got details of this and then some other unconfirmed reports that I certainly hope aren't true. Stewart Rhodes is fleshing that out. He'll be joining us. But right now, let's go ahead and get to Obama's chief financial advisor, the former head of Goldman Sachs. You notice every country being taken down financially is by Goldman Sachs operatives. This was the former head of it. He set up his own MF Global a few years ago and took people's private bank accounts from companies and banks and brokerage firms he took over. And then he quit and says he doesn't know where the money went. And he told Congress that today, I'm sorry, I don't know where the money went. Now we know where it went. It was taken and given to elitists that were part of the Ponzi scheme that set up MF Global. Bill Clinton reportedly gets, $50,000 a month out of it. But they have $35,000 a plate dinners for Obama that Corzine puts on. I mean, what's scary is in the whole 150 plus years of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, now called CMT, they've never done something like this. There's been a few times where people got their money taken, it was given back. Now they're just saying, sorry, you don't get it, and I don't know where it went. So we've got some clips of Corzine's taking the fifth statement. Could have just said, I'm taking the fifth, but I haven't been there. I don't know. I left after the money was all stolen. But could I come back in a month and tell you? And of course, the congressmen, most of them asked softball questions, but a few did ask serious questions like, why is the head of the CFTC that allowed you to do this, the federal agency, why is he your former lieutenant at Goldman Sachs, and why is he invested with MF Global? And why is he missing? These guys are all missing. He's been missing till this subpoena. So here's that compilation of clips put together by our own John Bound.
While I intend to be responsive to the best of my ability today, without adequate time and materials to prepare, I may be unable to respond to various questions members might pose.
And as I said before, we've got to get better answers than this from you because you are the CEO. Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Corzine. Did you use client funds to pay for or to pay off MF Global's debts and bolster the $6.3 billion purchase of sovereign European debt that led to your bankruptcy?
I'm going to repeat what I said before. I have no recollection whatsoever of client monies being used, client monies out of the FCM being used to purchase Euro sovereigns. Again, the Euro sovereign positions were held in the broker-dealer.
Isn't that just precious? Hey, guys, on the fly here, try to look up the Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing. But this isn't funny. I mean, this is the top White House advisor. They're all a bunch of Chicago mafia. In fact, oh, you found the clip. Go ahead.
I know nothing. Nothing.
But it's funny when Sergeant Schultz does it. It's not funny when Corzine does it. It's not funny. In fact, the more I think about it, a show about a bunch of Nazis being funny isn't funny. But whatever. The point is, well, I guess it is because it shows a bunch of idiots. But look. This is out of control. And this guy thinks he's going to get away with it. And if they think they can get away with it, this is a trial balloon for every other brokerage firm and bank account and 401k and pension. And they're already looting the pensions in Europe. Private pensions, 100% your money. Not this thing of, well, public pensions, government employees, they don't really deserve that, even though it's their money. Now it's private pensions. Oh, you found Sergeant Schultz. Let's hear him. Cue it up.
Brings it here into the barrel.
Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
That's actually the head of the CFTC, who's on the payroll of Corzine. I see nothing. I was not even here this morning. I've left the United States. By the way, the government could have snapped its fingers and paid back that $3 billion they stole. They don't care. They want to see if their rat bastard, the guy running this whole thing, can get away with it. Oh, look, though. Donald Trump, Mr. Casino owner, will save us. We have a shot of this. Perry now. There's an auto refresh from the Drudge Report. Perry won't kiss the ring, and Bachman will not attend. And I'm really proud of Ron Paul leading the pack in not going in there. I mean, this guy is a joke. Declared bankruptcy how many times? And he's going to tell us about fiscal, gives 2-1 to the Democrats, says he's a Republican. He's a ringer, and he's a joke. And I told you he'd drop out of the presidential race as soon as Trump got the casino concessions from Obama's man in Chicago, Mr. Eargun Commander, Mr. Rahm Emanuel. I mean, what a pack of criminals. By the way, we had Fox on, we had CNN on, we had TVs recording today, and we had C-SPAN on. And John Bound was watching on all the channels for reports tonight on this and recording them. And right when Corzine on TV and the internet during his testimony with hard questions, it just cut out, and C-SPAN said, you'll have to go to get C-SPAN 2 to our website. We're discontinuing coverage of this that everybody's trying to watch. And so we had to, and then it was down for about an hour, and then we had to later find the archive of it. So they also pulled the plug on this report today, and we have that. Should we play the video with the audio of that? There's not, but he was able to find the online archive where they did it, where they just cut it out. So again, I know nothing. I say nothing. I see nothing. I hear nothing. Three little monkeys all lined up. I shouldn't laugh about it, but it's more like gallows humor. I mean, when does this end? Okay, there's article number 1. We got about 30 more to go here. Moving on along here, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're sorry. It's okay, Corzine. Go ahead and take all those farmers' bank accounts. You care. Continuing, we have a tip. We're going to talk to Stewart Rhodes about coming up later. National Guard unit stands down after firing on Americans questionnaire. That's going on. And the next report is a big, big deal. I knew this a few years ago from our sources, and I'm on record saying it. But now it is confirmed. CBS News is reporting ATF plotted to use Fast and Furious to demonize Second Amendment. ATF created the problem so they could be the solution to it. That's a quote from CBS News. Documents obtained by CBS News show that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, ATF, discussed their covert operation Fast and Furious to argue for controversial new rules about gun sales. And they were shipping the guns directly into Mexico and drug money and cocaine back into the country. By the way, even the New York Times ran a whitewash. Well, they have to launder the money and bring the drugs in to track it. All 370-something billion of it in Wachovia and Wells Fargo alone. It's just to track it. Yeah, they're storing all that money at the local crack house or down in Mexico. Sure they are. The criminals that run our government run Mexico and run those drugs through it and destabilize that country on purpose to wipe out the drug cartels they didn't control. That's what's going on. That's the facts. These are mafia who are so arrogant now, they're stealing people's private accounts and getting away with it. Doesn't go to jail like Bernie Madoff. No. I tell you, there's a limit, though. What's that Johnny Cash song? You can run on for a long time, but sooner or later, going to cut you down. I'm not. God's going to do it. The universe, karma, reap what you sow, whatever you want to call it. So big news on that front. I know Aaron Dykes in the first half of the news last night covered this, but it is now confirmed. Go read the CBS News article. Go get the INFOWARS.com article. Get it out to everybody you know and say, see here, false flag, staged event against America. Confirmed. And of all places, the Communist Broadcasting Center, a blind hog actually finding an acorn. Wow, good job, CBS. Never thought I'd hear that. Okay, continuing here with the news. Mysterious company buying up U.S. gun manufacturers, and this is out of the San Francisco Chronicle. And it's reportedly connected, they believe, to a group headed up by Soros. So if you and the New York Times is also reporting on it. So if you can't shut down the gun companies legislatively, and you can't do it by blocking imports, they've already done that, well, you just go buy them up and shut them down, or have them become mouthpieces for gun control and to add biometrics to the guns, and that is the plan. So this is a maximum alert. And again, sfgate.com is the San Francisco Chronicle's website name. And again, you saw that was them reposting the New York Times. I saw this today, I didn't read it properly and saw it was the Daily Bell, which is a good website, but I wasn't sure. And then now I find out it's New York Times. It is confirmed. In recent years, many top-selling brands, including the 195-year-old Remington Arms, as well as Bushmaster firearms, leading makers of military-style semi-automatics, have quietly passed into the hands of single private company. It's called the Freedom Group, and it's the most powerful and mysterious force in the U.S. commercial gun industry today. Never heard of it. So we're going to continue to investigate all of this, and we're going to look into it very, very deeply. You know, when we said 3 years ago that Media Matters, so-called independent watchdog run by Obama, was run by Soros, they denied it. Now it's admitted he finances it. And the word is from researchers at the Daily Bell is that it's connected to it. We're going to look into it. We're going to find out. Continuing, here is the Daily Bell article. With more Second Amendment right to self-defense news, while the government's arming to the teeth against us and then wanting to get our guns and selling guns to Mexican drug gangs to blame it on the Second Amendment,